Heyo, welcome to the QB School Show. Let's get this thing going. Fired up. Here we go. You should know the drill now. Let me know how I sound. Hit me with your favorite emoji in the chat. If you're too cool to pretend to get into the chat, do me a favor. Get over it. Let me know. Make sure it sounds all right. I am fired up for this one. Got a little bit of a surprise. Not going to lie. What's up, Chase? Brad? It has been too long, my friend. I've got I got a little bit of a surprise for y'all tonight. I know I've hinted that there are some upgrades in the studio, but I'm pretty excited. I'm going to reveal one of them today. Not the full upgrade, but just a teaser. And we'll see how long until I drop it, and hopefully it works. A lot of moving parts around here now. But I'm pretty excited. It's been man, thought I was going to get to it early in summer. It just didn't happen. And we're going to try it tonight. I'm pretty excited on a number of different levels. I'm not going to lie. I've had my head down over the last few days. So this is really going to be a lot of Q&A. I have no idea what's going on in the world. I know Luka went off yesterday, and that was about it. And we're not going to talk a whole lot of hoops by any means. But I'm looking forward to talking a little ball tonight. So make sure you load up your questions in the chat, and I'll do my best to get to as many as I possibly can. But I just appreciate y'all hanging out, going smoothly, and everybody else is doing what they need to do to be ready to go when they get a chance to be ready to go. So appreciate it. Oh, yeah. So everybody right out of the gate, cheers if you got it. Cheers. I think I got to switch my emoji now. It's on the wrong side. Oh, yeah, that's true. I did watch Champions League a little bit. Although it was hard to find this year, I didn't get to watch as much of it as I normally do. I'm actually a huge UEFA fan. So, Dan, you were hating on the lighting before? I kind of like the dark lighting. Had to go lighter, and you'll see why in a little bit. But it was were there a lot of false positives out there? I feel like that's kind of the new narrative out there. I don't know anything about it, so probably shouldn't even be talking about it that much on my end because I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to that. Ryan, did you ever get to watch any more DTR, especially him versus Washington State? They were down. Yeah, he told me to watch that game. I did not watch that. I'm sure I will at some point get back to him. I'm telling you. I'm sure many of y'all who are in this know this already, but I'm a little ignorant, and I don't ever pretend to not be. I don't watch a whole lot of I'm not on the circuit of who's coming up through the channels of intercollegiate athletic football. There's a lot of really good young quarterbacks, a lot. And who did I do last week? Purdy from Iowa State. I really liked DTR, the dude at USC, the dude at North Dakota State. I mean, not just the top name guys. I feel like what I would classify as the second tier guys are better than I remember in the past. And so I'm having fun. I love watching the college stuff, and hopefully we get a chance to watch some of it coming up here soon. But, I turn on these games and watch them, to kind of create content for the channel based normally on suggestions. So I appreciate the suggestions, but it's like watching a live game to me. I don't know who the hell wins. I don't know anything about the score. I don't, that type of stuff. For me, it's almost like watching a live game. I don't know if y'all feel the same way who watch that type of stuff, but that's how I feel about it. Oh, Brad, is one of those guys your boys out there? I feel bad. The Bills situation. Yeah, there's just a lot of guys. It's a great problem to have if you're an organization. I don't know how, I assume that Fromm is on the roster. I don't know what the backup looks like as far as Barkley, Webb, what the pecking order looks like. I would just guess that it's Barkley, but I don't know anything about it. I know you're probably not keeping form. Maybe this year teams find a way to do that. Sometimes you see that phantom IR thing. That happened once. Geez, where was I? I was in Detroit, and Kitna, myself, Orlowski, and Drew Stanton was Drew's rookie year. And Drew wasn't a fan favorite of some of the coaches on that staff. And, he did something to his knee in practice, and the next thing you know, he's on IR. And so occasionally stuff like that happens just to keep people around, depending on, you never know who, I never knew all the time who's responsible for who, as far as why someone's on the roster. Are they tethered to a coach, a personnel person, the GM, the owner? You know, those things matter. They really do. And so sometimes you can find ways to keep guys around, but it's hard to keep 4 guys, especially with no preseason. It's crazy. Denarius. I see some friendly faces. I saw my man Johnny M. I saw Denarius over on Coach Mackey. That was pretty cool to see Mazzone to walk us through zone read. Guy really loves Just Play. I hope he's getting paid for that. That was crazy. I love that channel, though. He's a good dude. Jake, nice. Glad you made it. I'm glad you guys are checking in with the stream. We got 50 people in the house, so I appreciate it. Do me a favor. I'm by no means a Zoom master, but smash that like for me if you haven't already. I appreciate it. Bruh. It's the little things. I don't even hear the bruh, like, because I don't have my headphones on, because I think it looks weird if I'm not talking to anybody and having the headphones on. But the bruh. And then I heard it from somewhere else, too. Someone else was doing it on their channel. Heyo, Alejo, what's going on, bro? All good, y'all. Oh, man, I'm excited to everything in my power. I just want to hit this one button to make sure that it works, but I'm not convinced that it will. Mike, all right, I haven't seen this name before. Let me see what you got. You got 2 questions. Football question. Most likely class of 2018 QB to improve over sophomore year. I don't know, man. I mean, my gut feeling, and it's probably just recency bias, is Josh Allen, but I would be surprised if Sam Darnold doesn't make significant strides. I like Baker Mayfield too. I'm not going to lie. I think that organization is a dumpster fire for a number of different reasons, but I like Sam and I like Josh. You know, I think that division is tough. I don't care if Brady's not there anymore. The Patriots still are, and so I would lean towards those two. What's your second question? I've been wanting to create my own football play breakdowns. Your channel has inspired me. Any tips for a first-time content creator? Oh, man. Well, that's very kind of you to say that I've inspired you in any way. My tips would be, it's tough out there, man. At least at the start. Like, this is not that tough. Like, having a beverage, talking to people that I enjoy and that I get a chance to visit with regularly that support the channel. This is a joy for me. I honestly enjoy it. It's fun for me. The start of it is a beast. It is. It just is. As far as the setup, making sure everything works, your rig, the setup, the time, and then people watching it. You know, I have a bunch of friends that are real. I don't consider myself like a real entertainer by any means, but I have friends that are like legitimate TV hosts that are trying to get into the YouTube game, and it's tough out there. There's a lot of options, and so the frustrating as far as putting your head down for the first couple months. I remember being so frustrated the first couple months, especially the first off season where the attention dips. But you just do it, find joy in the process, just like anything, and try to get better and better. And that's what I've really tried to do. I hope you all feel that way. We're trying to get better every single year. I consider this basically season 3. So I'm fired up to you get a little taste of the lights, but there's more to come. I'm very excited. I've been having my head down in this course for the last 4 days. Started filming it, and I'm just out of whack. So you guys caught me on a out of sorts time. So I appreciate it.
Cheers.
I gotta go this way. I gotta get the guy going the other way now with the mic going this way. Alejo, what is it like when kids you coach are being scouted from college? It's a good question. Honestly, I just try to be a resource. I try to tell them the truth. Same thing I try to do as a coach, to be honest with you. Operate as another resource. I probably come at it from a little bit different perspective just because I spent some time in Division I athletics administration. So got to kind of peek behind the window as far as academic services, compliance, those types of things that maybe some other high school coaches don't have experience with. And so just being a resource and telling them where I think they fit, where I evaluate them as far as level. It doesn't necessarily always align, but whether you're a Division I guy, an FCS guy, an FBS guy, Division II, NAIA, community college, play at the next level, those types of things, just be a resource, because you can only imagine. I empathize with their situation. If you've never been through it before, you never had a sibling go through it, it can be a daunting process. And so you just try to be honest. Don't want them taken advantage of, want them to be told the truth, and are there if they have questions. That's what I try to do. Jake, Max, who's been my favorite quarterback through training camp? Bro, I have no idea. I haven't paid a second of attention to training camp. What do you think about Colin Cowherd and the people who work in the space of having opinions about football? I'll be honest with you, I don't think about Colin Cowherd at all. Sometimes I listen to his show when I'm driving home from practice, but other than that, I don't. He's paid to have an opinion. He's obviously really good at what he does, got a national show, but that's not my jam. I feel pretty confident in my capacity to have my own opinion. We having a Mike Leach conversation in here without me? What's going on? Darren, hey JT, love the streams. What are your thoughts on the Eagles using a second drafting Jalen Hurts, using a second round pick to draft Jalen Hurts, and the situations it could put the team in at QB? It's an interesting question. It really is. I can only imagine, try to put yourself in Carson Wentz's shoes. I think on the surface level, you would probably be hurt, a little pissed that they used that high of a pick on that. Someone that you don't think necessarily can necessarily help you every single play as a quarterback. But at the same time, bro, you got to be available. You got to be able to play every game. You got to be able to make it through a season. You got to be able to make it through multiple seasons. If you can't, they need a viable backup. Even if they can, they need a viable backup. And so with that, I still think that there's a space, and this is just my opinion. Like, this is just me talking, spitballing, right? Live streaming on YouTube. I think there's a space for multiple quarterbacks. I just do. I'm excited. I think we have the potential for multiple quarterbacks. I love it. I like having multiple people who can throw the ball. I like the creativity it provides. Will they do that? I don't know. But I know Doug, and Doug's pretty creative. I know Rich Gangarella, he's pretty creative. And I think that they're probably going to find a way to have both those guys on the field at the same time. So I like it. Brad, Sam at Texas, I haven't watched that much of him. I watched a little bit. I forget what game it was. Probably need to be one of those guys I put in the pipeline as far as getting a chance to draft. I haven't watched enough to have a strong opinion about him, to be honest with you. I know he's a big, strong dude, but beyond that, no. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I always feel like I'm out of the loop when I turn to the stream and there's like conversation going on that I don't know about, and I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys enjoy going back and forth with each other, but I'll see something and be like, Sean Payton, LOL, and I'll be like, damn, I bet it was good what they were talking about. All right, do me a favor. Hit me with some questions. Bring me, let me know what you got. If you haven't, you know what to do right there. Oh, what up, Joe? North Shore. I was doing North Shore lines today on our team Zoom. Our poor players have no idea what I was talking about. Oh, I didn't know that about the Teen Wolf. That's funny. My oldest son today actually bizarrely bought a surfboard, so he's been dropping all sorts of howly lines. It's so California, it's disgusting. I love it though. It's pretty funny. Tom Carpenter, favorite day of the week during the regular season besides game day? Why? Now, are you talking, Tom? Do me a favor. Hit me with a quick clarifying question. Are you talking playing favorite day of the week or coaching favorite day of the week, because I think that there are differences. Let me just say, in the league, I would say the best day of the week is Friday, at least for quarterbacks, because Tuesday is technically the off day. You have to do a lot of preparation. They can say it's off, but you're expected to be in the building for a long time. And so Friday is like the half day, 3/4 day. Most people in the league, like date night type stuff. So that would be for me. Right now in high school, as a high school coach, my favorite day of the week besides game day is the weekends. No practice. What else we got here? California is technically set to play. We start practice in December, and we'll have technically a winter season. Basically, all the scholastic sports, high school sports, are into 2 truncated seasons, winter and spring. So a little funky. I'm not sure it's like that in most places, just because the weather is not great other places. So it's hard to play football outside. Johnny M, have you ever considered making a video course about how NFL teams install their offense? No, but that's a great idea. Do me a favor. Yeah, I mean, I keep a list of potential course ideas. This next course, I got the idea from Coach Bass. If you guys are in the content world online or social media, you probably know Bass. He's a defensive guru. Make defense great again. Good dude. I enjoy his stuff, his podcast. And I reached out to a handful of people, asked them what they thought would be a dream course to be able to create or watch. And he came up with the idea, how to beat every coverage. So I'm right in the thick of it. The first section I did, 90 minutes. Today I taped how to beat cover 0. Probably like 7, 8, just my favorite concepts, basically against every single coverage. And we'll take it all the way through cover 0, cover 1, 2, 3, 4. Some 2-man, some brackets, some pressure, some prevent, all sorts of stuff. Oh no, Aisha, thank you so much for the chair today. I was very excited about that. Miss Laura was loving it. Let's see what the question is. What do you think about high school football players watching Last Chance U? I make my son turn it off. I don't want him getting any ideas. I have mixed feelings about Last Chance U. So originally, I really liked the show. I think season 1, and then I really fell off and didn't appreciate to be honest with you, didn't appreciate the coaches, didn't appreciate the language, the vibe. But at the same time, I'm going to be really explicit and say, I really do think community college or JUCO football is a really important thing for a lot of people. Whether you don't qualify as an academic qualifier, or you're undersized, or it doesn't work out for whatever reason, life situation, I think that there is a path for many people to go to community college and succeed and thrive. And in fact, our wide receiver coach is one of those stories. Mike Brunker went to community college in San Diego, played Division I football at the University of New Mexico. And so there's a number of people who are successful out of it. I think this last season, the Laney head coach, I'm blanking on his name, but I could see his mustache. And it was like really long. I would say I would encourage Omar to watch that, just because there's a lot of truth in that. There's a lot of real life in that. People living out of cars, people having kids, people struggling, people overcoming adversity, people, playing football, trying to play at the highest level and get on to the next shot and following their dreams. But there's, in my opinion, absolutely some clown coach behavior and player behavior in some of those mid seasons. But the first season and the last season, I thought were pretty well done. Good question. Shockingly, not shocked at all. Boom. Appreciate it. Christian Smith. Oh man, we're up to 74. Boom. Okay. Let's see if this works. Are you ready for it? Am I ready for it? Okay, let me get it set up here correctly. Don't want it messing up. Okay, we ready for it? Sorry about that. All right. 3, 2, 1. Did it work? Hoping it did. No, it didn't. Yes, it did. Camera 1, camera 2. You are welcome. Now, just a little teaser. I don't want it to be too much for y'all. Okay? Who am I talking to? Camera 1, camera 2. 1, camera 2. The old slide in. Pretty fired up, y'all. What? We're back. That's amazing. Oh yeah, just a teaser. Just a teaser. You know, I don't want it to be too much. I'll be able to keep up, but pretty excited. Pretty excited. The double audio though, that's a problem. If there was double audio, I probably need to turn it off. Hold on, let me see. We'll do in-flight adjustments here. I think I fixed the audio. Look at that, just like that. Boom. Boom. I'm making myself dizzy. So good. Woo, it worked. All right, y'all. That's just a taste. That's just a taste. I'm telling you. It's we're going to ramp up. We're going to ramp up here. But I am fired up. And that was just stationary. Just to let you know. You notice it's not moving yet. I would anticipate some. Oh man, it's the little things. It's the little things. Bruh. No doubt.
Bruh.
Glad I cracked myself up. Whew. All right, cheers to that. I'll tell you that. I'm not gonna lie. Boom. Cheers. We are upgrading. I'm telling you all, we are on the up. Boom. My favorite emojis. Oh no. Blocked itself. This is really my favorite emoji right there, if you didn't know. By far my favorite one. I know. The lighting is not 100% yet, but I'm working on it. I'm still working on it, but I'm still excited. Oh, man. This is going to be good. Denarius, how do you feel about Trevor Lawrence being projected number 1 from most? I personally don't agree. Denarius, who do you like number 1? I don't personally have an opinion. I think Justin Fields is pretty good. Not going to lie. Can you do a cheers with a coffee? Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Watchmaker, where you, or Watchmator, where are you checking in from? Let me know. Oh no. Did the audio go? No, it didn't go. I think I solved it. Spellman, JT, did my response to you on the Pass Pro video make any sense earlier? I think I responded to that comment that it did not. But try again. I agree that Trevor Lawrence is special. The fact that he did what he did at such an early age, pretty surreal. I mean, he's obviously going to be a really special player no matter what. I still think that there's a lot of really good talent. I mean, it just is. Like the quarterback position is getting better and younger, and it's fun to watch on a number of different levels. Side by side, what do you think of Joe Judge? I do not think of Joe Judge. I know nothing about him. I'll be fascinated to see how they do. Denarius, yeah, I like Morgan's build. I love the ability to anticipate. That's just me. I think you can tell in the videos that I'm biased towards that. It's just, for me, it's an indicator to a number of different things that there is an element of understanding, of anticipation, of being able to see things quickly, as opposed to being able to, be a guy who sees it, throws it. There's an element of understanding coverage, concepts, timing, rhythm, all those things that go into anticipation. That's why I'm such a big fan of why anticipation matters so much to quarterbacks, and will probably be a bigger and bigger theme on this course, and not this course, this channel. And so just trying to point it out as often as I possibly can. Does Justin Fields starting a we want to play position make you think he's growing as a player and a leader? Christian, I mean, I don't know. I don't really think about it like that. I think that there might be some people that would flip that on its head, and maybe not on this live stream, because probably most of the people here love football, but some people might question, some elements of decision-making priorities. I get it that you only have a small window to play college football or play any level of football, but I'm still not convinced that that anybody beyond the medical experts needs to be sharing their expertise and their opinion about exactly what they want to do that's best for themselves and best for all of us. But that's just me. Spencer, do you have a favorite QB drill? This is an outstanding question, and I get this a handful of times a week, so I'm going to be really explicit here and dive into this for just a second, because it is important, and there's a lot of QB drills out there. I see people working out on Twitter, jumping over cones, doing the hurdle thing, shuffling over bags. Let me be really, really explicit here. And I don't want to hurt any quarterback gurus' feelings out there, but this is just, again, my opinion. But the best drill quarterbacks can do, in my opinion, is drops. It's not sexy. It's not cool. You're not, faking that you're getting off. You're not making off-platform throws. You're not running around stuff. No one's hitting you with a noodle. No one's throwing a broom at you, a med ball. You're just taking drops, and your eyes are in the right spot. You're visualizing concepts, your concepts, not some random concepts that you see on Sunday or Saturday. Your playbook, you're getting good mental reps, good physical reps, taking drops on time, and having sound technique and fundamentals over and over and over. And don't get me wrong, there's an element of throwing off platform, moving in the pocket, resetting, all those things that I think have a place for it. But what I try to tell our quarterbacks as often as possible, just take the drops that we're asking you to take. It's not recess. You don't get to make it up. It's not if you feel like it this time. It's not this concept gets this sometimes. This is the drop. Get it off on time. Visualize it. Work on it. We want you lined up at the top of your drop. We want the correct footwork, the technique at the top of your drop, moving in the pocket. But, are we jumping over bags? No. Am I hitting you with a noodle? No. Am I throwing, crazy bags at you, bean bags? No. It's not cool. It's not sexy. I'm not going to make like a on-field video about it. It's just go out there and do drops and be smooth and be consistent with your platform, your base, your throwing, all those things. That's the best drill you can do, in my opinion. Over and over and over again. And sure, sprinkle in some fun with some off-platform stuff. But if we're making a bunch of off-platform throws all the time, I'm not doing a very good job as an offensive architect creating the space and the protection to give you a chance to be successful from the pocket. And if we don't have someone from the pocket who can throw, then yeah, we got to get creative on the edge and move in the pocket, throwing on the run. But most quarterbacks want to have the ability to deliver the ball from the pocket, and that requires sound, consistent drop mechanics. And whether it's gun, under center, some people love to say, oh, I teach pro quarterbacks how to do it under center. All right, great. Teach them under center. Most people that I know that play quarterback operate out of the shotgun. So we operate one step, some shuffle, some three steps, some three resets, some play action. Master those, and you'll probably be pretty good. So hopefully that answers. Sorry for the mild rant. Hit me in a sweet spot. Oh, I got to get better at that. Just working on it, working through. Johnny M. Kevin Kelly and the Pulaski Academy. I love what the Pulaski Academy does football-wise. I don't necessarily love how that dude coaches, like personally, but the schemes that he uses, the math that he uses, the philosophy that he uses is exactly what I use and what we use as a program. So football-wise, totally aligned. Everything else, might not be my jam, but, doesn't mean that I don't appreciate what they do football-wise. Hope that answers. Coach Grace, yes, you made it. Appreciate it. Cheers, y'all. Oh, man, Zoolander. I know. I'm probably not going to do the second camera is probably more going to be just to break it up and offer some offsite. And honestly, it will help me with editing that I don't have like this awkward cuts with only one camera. But I do I do get a kick out of it. Not going to lie. Alejo, don't steal my thunder, bro. Zoolander is a good movie too. Blue Steel. I think I took my NFL Europe photo as a blue steel. Let me see if I can do it. It's been a while. I actually need to watch it again. Cheers, Chase. Oh, man. What we got here? Oh, man, that's a mouthful. Life is gamble. You ready for DraftKings? We are some of your favorite matchups week one. I don't know anything about DraftKings, bro. Michael, JT, your thoughts. I tell my quarterback all the time, practice the rule, not the exception. Agree. Same. Glad that hit. Alejo, appreciate it. How important is QB wide receiver chemistry, Gary? I think it matters. Absolutely. It's a nice bonus. I think what's more important is just a sound understanding and a sound grounded system. If it's a recess system, meaning, just go out and get open and we only do a handful of things and, run up to the 4-square area and turn around and run to the basketball hoop. Like, that's different than an NFL offense where you must get your depth, you must hit your landmark, you must be where the quarterback is supposed to expect you to be, and you cannot fool the quarterback. Then, the chemistry obviously comes over time, but it's just as important to just do your job more than anything else. And so there's an element that chemistry is a luxury, depending on where you're at in your career. So for my career, chemistry was a luxury. Like, maybe I would get it over the course of a season if I played with someone, but if we're rolling in training camp or we're rolling early in the season, we just need you to do your job. We need you to be at the right landmark when you're supposed to be there and not pull the quarterback. And I need to deliver the ball on time. And so, obviously chemistry matters. You see people work in the off season, you see people throwing together, all those things. But like, for instance, the guy that I used to throw with the most in college, he was a guy who probably wouldn't play. He wasn't going to play that much. In fact, he threw more passes to me, I think I caught 3 in college, than I threw to him. But he was available. He was a hard worker. And so we had a great chemistry, but did that impact my chemistry with the guys who are actually playing and running by people? No. There's an element of craft and being a professional that I think matters. But sure, does it matter? Absolutely. Do you have to have it? No. I don't think you have to. I've seen mid-year signees come in and make an impact. I've seen people who have never played football before show up halfway through training camp, make an impact at the high school level. So it would be beneficial? Absolutely. Is it a necessity? No, not by any means. What's a necessity is you doing your job as consistent as possible, being where you need to be when you need to be there for a quarterback.
Cheers!
Dang, it's the other arm. What time is it? I feel like I've been talking. Oh, it's not too bad. Appreciate y'all hanging out. We got the Dude. I haven't watched the Dude. We're coming up on White Russian season, y'all. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but White Russian season, November to Easter. It'll be here before you know it. 2020 coming to an end would be nice. Oh, man. What do you Denarius, what do you think of the untraditional drops that Lincoln Riley and Mike Leach do? I don't think about it, to be honest with you. I'm fine with. It doesn't matter to me. I think it's a little tough to get evaluations as far as the next level, but some of those air raid concepts to me are so green grassy, and I don't mean that like wishy-washy. I mean that like they don't know where they're going to end up, so the quarterback kind of has to be ready to throw at all times. So we do a lot of not a lot, some hybrid drops, I call them. And so what it means is it might be catch and throw, it might be a shuffle, it might be a 3-step drop, depending on what you're working on, the progression, what you see pre-snap. So it doesn't bother me at all. The thing that bothers me is when quarterbacks come off the field or talk about a rep and they can't tell you why they did it. So our quarterbacks need to be able to say, hey, I took a hybrid, I anticipated this, I didn't get it, I kept shuffling, or I thought I was going to get a quick game throw, catch no hitch, didn't get that, shuffled back, and kept going through the progression. If they have an answer or reason why, I'm all for it. Whew. I know, Joe, you're right. It's part of the deal. All right, what else we got here? Let me see if I can go. I've already used all my good ones. I love that movie. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. Welcome. Yeah, Chase, the update is those uniforms are coming. They're a little bit late with the COVID, but I'm sure you guys will see them on social media if you are around. AO Buckets, why you keep coming at me with Jordan takes on the summit? I have thoughts on Jordan Palmer's QB summit. I have no thoughts on Jordan Palmer's QB summit. I played with Jordan. I think Jordan does a great thing in what he's doing in his space and has a lot of success getting people ready for the draft, and fits his personality. He seems to enjoy it. I have no idea what a summit is. I'm assuming that's like a camp. I think quarterback camps are great. I used to love going to quarterback camps when I was a youngster and looking to get as much knowledge as I possibly could. I think it's important for quarterbacks to hear other people. Even if my quarterbacks that I coach, I would never tell them not to go talk to other quarterback coaches or go to camps to hear other people's perspective. I think that all that can do is help build your base of knowledge. And so you get an opportunity to work with someone like Jordan, who's got great experience across the board in different sectors. Sounds like a pretty cool deal. I'm not necessarily a camper anymore per se, but I could see how it could be fun. Matt C. Who's the smartest quarterback you have ever played with? Wow, that's a good question. Let's build some context around it. You mean smartest quarterback like football wise, or you mean smartest quarterback like, book smart, school smart? I would say the smartest quarterback I ever played around would probably be Tom Brady. That would be a pretty easy answer, even though I wasn't there that long, handful of weeks. But just how they operated was, I thought, on a different level. The smartest, like straight up, I don't know. I guess I don't really think about it like that. I don't know. That's kind of a bummer answer, to be honest with you. I think you would be surprised that you probably don't have to be that smart to play quarterback. I don't know if that's the right answer you're looking for, but that's just the truth. Like, I don't think many of us were like thinking about getting into surgery or playing quarterback in the league. I don't want to go totally towards a stereotype, but at the same time, I don't think that was the dichotomy of choices. Denarius, I have said that. Yes. No, I think that is right. I think it is difficult to evaluate air raid quarterbacks, mostly because of the drop stuff in the system. And I think you can see why, maybe some of those guys have been hits and some of those guys haven't been hits. And so maybe it gets a little closer as we see more and more of those guys in the league. But I do think if you take a crazy pass happy system with unique drops, unique footwork, unique reads, it doesn't necessarily translate exactly to the league. It doesn't mean that it won't translate. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is a perfect indicator of that, but it doesn't mean that it's guaranteed to either. And so, you got to be able. That's the thing about all these evaluations, right? Not the evaluations that I do at this channel. I'm just watching film, giving an opinion. But if you are really doing evaluations where you're projecting someone's worth moving forward, you have to take both their system, their context, and project what that will be on Sundays. I don't necessarily have to do that. I just say, I like that. I don't like that. This was tough. That was not tough. And so a little bit different, way easier. An air raid guy, an air raid quarterback, I think is always going to have to overcome that stigma right now until it becomes kind of the go-to, not until, if it ever becomes the kind of go-to passing system in the league. And so it just, the air raid thing to me, the reason why it doesn't catch on in the league is because everything happens faster. And so you can't run mesh, a bunch, because they'll just jack your ass at the line of scrimmage, or they'll have tight man coverage and you can't run a shallow every time. You're not going to get a pick every single time. And so it just doesn't work like that. It's a different type of game where you can't just read grass. And so while I chuckle inside all the time whenever I hear that kind of just read grass, run to grass, hook them up, noose it, whatever it's called. Like, that's great when there's a lot of space. But if every person is a great athlete and everything happens really fast, you're probably not going to get back there and hitch, waiting for someone to find some grass. You need to anticipate where the hell that grass is going to be, and you got to let it go pretty quickly because you don't have time to do that. Appreciate it. Life's a gamble. I appreciate the support. We're getting close here, y'all. Just for fun. Let's see what it's like. See if I can make it go here. All right. Coach Grays, is there a difference in throwing in shoulder pads? What are the adjustments? Oh no, it went off. You guys didn't let me know. Is it back? All right. Apologize there. It went to sleep on me. See, I'm still learning. I brought the video back, Michael. I saved us. Okay, where was I? Coach Grays, is there a difference in throwing in shoulder pads? What are the adjustments for a QB? Very outstanding question, as usual. Absolutely, there's a difference. Is there such a difference that I ever practiced in shoulder pads without like a jersey or in pads at shoulder pad, in a padded practice? No. Do I still laugh that Baker Mayfield went out there at his pro day with like a helmet and shoulder pads on? Yes, I do still laugh. I don't think it matters that much. I really don't. If you have a sound release, and now if you've never played in shoulder pads before, yes, go out there and throw it around. But does it impede you? No. I mean, if you look at a real quarterback shoulder pads, it's barely touching his shoulders at all. I don't, maybe I'm just like pseudo old school guy, but I don't see it. So, does it make a difference? Yeah, a little bit. Do I think you have to practice in it, like all off season with your helmet on and shoulder pads with no jersey? No, I don't think it matters. I don't. And maybe that's just me. Maybe that's my lack of attention to detail, but I'm not sold. Now, for wide receivers, I do think it makes a difference to have your helmet on. And if you're going to run routes, I think it is harder to catch the ball full speed if you have a helmet on. If you go all offseason in spandex to going in pads and a helmet, but really it's just a helmet in your vision. And so that is one thing I do think is something you can work on. But as far as quarterbacks, like working with their shoulder pads on without a jersey in the offseason, maybe that's so new school and I'm just not my flavor, but that's just me. We're back. See, you got the whole side view for the whole thing. Not sure how it worked. We'll see. Forgot that I was on the side. Exactly. Bruh.
Nope.
Johnny M. Herbert is very inconsistent. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, y'all. I think we're winding down. You saw it. I appreciate y'all hanging out. No doubt about it. Hopefully you enjoyed just a little bit of that. Not too much. I'm pretty excited. And hopefully you guys will like the additions that continue to come into the studio. Fired up. Thank you very much for hanging out. Oh, wow. 76X shallow cross. Appreciate y'all. Good times. Please be safe and have a good one. And I will see you back here next week. Probably. We're definitely not. Once we get into Monday Night Football, we'll probably go after Monday Night Football, but not around the same time. I apologize for jumping around. Denarius, hit me with the dang super chat. Advice, appreciate it. Advice for future QB coach who never played quarterback. Watch some quarterback school. Volunteer, reach out, informational interviews. Now's the time to reach out to coaches, pick their brains, interview them, get in their networks, all those things. People who aren't playing, use your time wisely. Volunteer, catch on with the local best program you possibly can, and keep your head down, keep learning. Appreciate it. Thanks for the support, and I will see you all next time. Have a good one. Boo! I know it is, Michael. If I mute it, I sometimes forget to unmute it the next video I film. Instead, I'll just end the chat. Appreciate you.